morning, everyone, especially to my looking young and gorgeous Professor Dr. Marilyn G. Billones. Today, I'm going to present to you my demo teaching presentation. So, please watch. Okay, everybody, please stand. So, before we start our new topic this morning, I would like you to please lead the prayer. Mr. Abdul Laif, please come in front and lead the prayer. Okay, thank you so much. So you may take your seat. So all of you, please take your seats. Okay. So as you can see, we have here our new lesson. But before we discuss this one, I would like to check first your attendance. Okay, so let's start with Mr. Abba. Okay, how about Abid? Okay, Abid is absent. Okay, last but not the least, Mr. Zakaria. Okay, so I guess only one of your classmates is absent today. Okay, so tomorrow we will talk to him that the next day he is not around. He should ask permission first. Okay, so now, as you can see from the board, we have our new topic. Okay, and obviously there are some pictures and of course the details of your lesson. So before we jump up to our new topic, I would like you to ask about our recent topic last meeting. So what was it? Where is Miss Villarica? Okay, Miss Villarica, what can you say about our last topic? Okay, very good. It talks about with the communication. So, can you guess what does communication mean? How about you, Mr. Ragandan? Okay, very good. Communication is a process of listening, a process of receiving and sending a message. Okay, that's exactly the definition of a communication. So now, before we discuss this one, I would like you to take a look with the pictures I have been posted here in the board. So, there are 4 pictures. So, I want you to guess what does it says. Okay, in order for me to identify if you are correct, I will give you an activity. So this activity is called cabbage relay. Okay, so as you can see, I have prepared here a speaker in which I'm gonna play this one, and here is the cabbage. Here is the cabbage. I will start giving it to this row, and then you pass it until the last row. Okay, so whoever holds this one when the music stops, then he will stand and answer the question regarding this one. Okay, are we clear, grade 10 students? Okay, very good. So let's start. Okay, the music stops with you, Mr. Bandao. Okay, how can you say about these pictures? Okay, very good. They are speaking in front of one person or many. Okay, let me ask you another thing. What else can you observe with the picture? So I'm gonna play the music again. Okay, the music stops. So can you answer or can you guess what does it say, Mr. Villaflor? Okay, very good. They are interacting with one another. Okay, very good. So now, last question. What do you think will be our topic this morning? Consider that this is not seen. Okay, you, Mr. Sinalimbo. Very good. Please clap your hands to Mr. Sinalimbo. Our topic this morning will be types of public speaking. Very good. Okay, so let's start discussing what is these types of public speaking. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back. So these types of public speaking is commonly done by many professionals, right? And as we know, if we are going to talk about with public speaking or the speaking itself, when you are delivering a public speaking, you are speaking in front of many people. Am I correct? Okay, very good. So this public speaking talks about with delivering a message to one person or many or two or more persons in front of the crowd. Okay, so as you know, the skills in speaking in front of many people is not teach or is not taught in school, right? But if you are going to learn it, if you're going to have an experience towards this one or towards this topic, then you will be able to come up with having the skills in public speaking. Okay, so let's discuss first what is the first type of public speaking. So we have here the ceremonial speaking. So Mr. Gubat, I want you to read the definition of ceremonial speaking. Okay, very good. So take your seat. So this ceremonial speaking is when you give a speech on a special occasion. Okay? So when we are giving a speech on a special occasion, it is as if that particular day is so special to the audience, specifically the participants in that program or in that occasion. Okay, one example of this ceremonial speaking is having the birthday parties, having the graduation celebration, or celebration of your graduation. Okay, even the wedding or weddings. Okay, so in every occasion that it has, there are ceremonial speaking in which it is properly done and it is organizedly executed. Okay, so as you can see, we have here the keys to a ceremonial speech. Okay, we have three of them. The key to ceremonial speaking. So first one, we have the personal touch. When you have the personal touch, for example, you are in a occasion just like in a wedding ceremony. When you are delivering your speech, you should know your audience. In what way that you can know your audience? Of course, be sure about what you are about to speak, what you are about to talk. Because sometimes all the topics that we have can affect and can hurt the feelings of your audience. So meaning, beware on your speech also. Okay, that is why it has a personal touch. So next, we have the occasion focused. When we talk about occasion focused, it is as if that you are just focusing on one single what? On one single event. For example, you are in a wedding ceremony. When you are in wedding ceremony, don't talk about a prayer session. Do not talk about with many topics that is not part of the wedding. Okay, that is just the main point of this one. And then the last one will be the brevity. One of the keys to ceremonial speech is the brevity. When we talk about brevity, it particularly means the briefness of your content or the briefness of your speech or the content of your speech. Okay, so it is important that whatever you say is important, whatever you say is brief, for as long as it is significant to your audience. Not just to your audience, specifically also your participants. Okay, so let's proceed with the second type of public speaking. Okay, let me call Mr. Segovia. Mr. Segovia, Please read the definition of demonstrative speaking. Okay, very good. So when we talk about demonstrative speaking, it pertains to simply putting, simply put, explaining how to do something. Okay, so one example of this demonstrative speaking is the way you, what? The way you manipulate the computer. Okay, so the way when we are manipulating a computer, it is as if that we are demonstrating also to our listeners. For example, you are a teacher or you are an IT analyst. IT expert. Okay, when you are an IT expert, you know everything how to manipulate computer, right? Okay, so when you are teaching your students how to manipulate a computer or how to start a computer, then here you are. You are now delivering the demonstrative speaking. Okay? So be sure that when you are demonstrating or having the demonstration, you know what you are saying. You are sure with what you are saying because you base it from a valid source. Okay, so that is just the most important thing when you are delivering this demonstrative speaking. And then the third one, let me call Mr. Cabanyag. Please read the definition and also explain what does it mean. Okay, very good. So when we say informative speaking, these are the speeches that reflects to those that simply give vital company-wide or team information. And this, from the word itself, when we talk about informative speaking, from the word itself, informative or inform, meaning the main reason why you are doing this speech is to inform. When you are informing, you are giving. What you are giving? You are giving a particular information. For example, you are a teacher. So when we are teachers, we always give our students a particular significant information. For example, with our subjects, in mathematics, algebra, in English, in Filipino, etc. So whatever comes from your mind, that is not just based on your opinion, but based also on your experiences, on your expertise, and everything that you possess when it comes to giving informative speaking. Okay, so take a look with this one. What are the benefits of having this informative speaking? First, we have we can have to facilitate conversations. In what way that we can facilitate conversations? First, you have the credibility. First, you have the power to control what is going on your conversation. For example, you are having a meeting and you are the speaker. So when you are informing your colleagues, then it is as if that you will be so proud of yourself that you have given a contribution to the benefits of your colleagues. Okay? Not just to your colleagues, but especially to the company that you are working. Okay, second, we have also to build credibility. That is what I am telling you a while ago, that when you are delivering this informative speaking, you can you can also gradually develop your own credibility, or you can have your own credibility. For example, you are the speaker, and then the way you speak to your listeners, it is as if that you are the source of any information. What do you mean by source of any information? Anybody from the class? Mr. Lagiban. Okay, very good. When we talk about the source of information, you are the origin of that specific information. Okay? So meaning, you are the giver and you are the one who convey the message. That is why you build credibility, because you know to yourself that I'm the only one who has been given this task, who has been assigned to this task and successfully delivered to my audience or listeners. Okay, the last one for this informative speaking, we have the cultivation of leadership skills. Okay, it cannot be out of the topic. Why? It is because in every session, for example, the seminars, the meetings that you conduct, the what do you call this one? The gatherings that you have, you always cultivate leadership skills. Leadership skills. Okay? In what form? For example, you are attending a seminar, and this seminar talks about promoting or having the personal development. So when you are developing yourself, it is as if that you are also cultivating leadership skills. Okay? So that is what it says. So now the last type of public speaking is the so-called persuasive speaking. So can I call Mr. Abalos to please read and then give your own opinion to the definition of persuasive speaking? Okay, very good. So when we talk about persuasive speaking, speaking with the goal in mind to convince your audience of your idea or point of view. From the word itself, persuasive, what do you think is the meaning of persuasive? From the word itself, persuasive, meaning you are persuading. And when you are persuading, you are also convincing. And when you are convincing, you are trying to get the side of your listeners to believe on your side. Okay, for example, one example of this one is this picture. Can you see the picture of former President Barack Obama? This is the time when they are having the debate session for the position of presidency in the United States. Okay? So when you are trying to convince people or audience, then you do your best. You do your best to make your speech above of all your rivals. Okay, so it is as if that you are just having the debate session. You have to win the case in order for you to be succeeding or successful to your case. So take a look with this one. When you are delivering persuasive speaking, you have to have this first tone of voice. Just like what I am doing right now. It is clear and it must be understood well because maybe your listeners cannot easily assimilate whatever you are trying to convey or cannot even adapt the content of your speech. So that is why you have to make your tone of voice clear and understandable. So second, we have the body language. In what way that you can show your body language? Are you going to take out your shirt and show your big tummy? No, you don't have to do that. But you have to really give your own full gestures. Your position, your movements, your actions, and your symbols that you are showing to your listeners. In that way, your listeners could easily adapt or understood whatever you are trying to convey. And then the last one is crafting your message. Can you observe those debaters that whenever they are doing the debate session, they are really trying their best to win their case, right? So it is because they are also having the crafting of their message. For example, paraphrasing a message. By paraphrasing a message, its purpose is to clearly deliver the message itself. Okay? So that ends our lesson this morning. So I hope that you got any valuable information from this class. But before we end this class, I would like you to have an activity and also to assess you with your learnings and understandings with the topics. Okay. get 1/4 sheet of paper and answer this question. So the question is, among the 4 types of public speaking, which one will be the best suited for you as a learner? As a grade 10 student, which of the 4 types of public speaking best suits you as a student? Okay? So we will I will just give you 5 minutes to answer that question, and then after that I will get all your papers. Okay, time's up. Please pass the paper to the center aisle. Okay, just remember, whenever I say center aisle, you have to pass it on the center. And then afterwards, pass forward. Okay. So thank you. So for your assignment, please search for the what? Please search for making a particular application letter and then resume. Okay? Be sure that your searched piece are from a valid source, because I will really check your answers. Okay, so I guess that's all for this morning. Please stand, everyone. Goodbye, class. Okay, see you on next meeting. Bye.